So on this channel, I've done a lot of reviews on wet and dry vacuums, and lately we're starting to see more steam wet and dry vacuums. I recently reviewed the Roborock F25 Ultra, which is a steam wet and dry vacuum. And today we're going to take a look at the Tineco S7 Stretch Steam. Let's find out more. Before we start, a quick note. I noticed that the US market does not have the S7 Stretch Steam, but rather, as of now at least, they have the S7 Steam. And there's a few differences that I noticed looking at the product pages. For starters, the one in the US market is not a stretch model. That is, it does not do 180-degree lay flat. But also, I noticed it does not have self-propelled wheels, whereas the S7 Stretch Steam now has self-propelled wheels, which I'll talk about later in the review. On the other hand, the S7 Steam that the US market has appears to have two steam modes. One that's a regular steam mode, but another one that's a steam burst. Whereas the European version that I'm currently reviewing, the S7 Stretch Steam, only has one steam mode, which is the regular steam mode. I have no idea what Tineco's plans are and if either model will be introduced in the other market, but for this review, we're looking at the S7 Stretch Steam, and with the exception of the lay flat capabilities, that second burst steam mode, and the self-propelled wheels, to some degree, I would imagine the US market version, the S7 Steam, would perform very similar to the one I'm reviewing today. Having said that, let's now look at the features, and it promises 140 degrees Celsius steam, or 284 Fahrenheit. This is probably measured at the source, that is where the water is heated to produce steam, and not at the steam nozzles or outlet, and definitely not at the floor. Matter of fact, I actually measured the steam temperature with a thermal camera at the nozzle, and I recorded about 70 to 75 degrees Celsius, which is a bit lower than what I recorded with the Roborock F25 Ultra, but in line with the expectation at the nozzle. Do keep in mind as well that thermal cameras measure the surface temperature, and by the time that steam is getting in contact with the cold air around it, it is losing a few degrees, but that roughly 75 degrees Celsius is in line with expectations. I'm happy to see that Tineco is now introducing more and more of the self-propelled wheels. They call them smooth drive, and these are wheels that assist you in both the forward and the backward motion. So they have their independent motors that help you push or pull the machine. They do a fairly good job. Not the best that I've tried. That prize goes to the Roborock. I think their F25 series have the best self-propelled wheels that I've tried. But I'm happy to see that Tineco is now starting to include self-propelled wheels and not simply relying on the rotation force of the brush roll to help propel the machine forward. As this is a stretch model, of course, it does 180-degree lay flat capability as well. It has a clearance of about 13 centimeters, which is not bad. I've seen a few that go a little bit lower, but 13 centimeters is not bad at all. It has an 880 milliliter clean water tank and a 700 milliliter dirty water tank. It has an anti-hair tangle brush roll, and we'll see that in a test later on. And it cleans the brush roll with hot water, supposedly. Again, we'll see that in the test. And it has two drying modes, a fast flash drying mode that lasts 5 minutes, and that one is quite loud, and I measured it at about 63 decibels. Actually, it's listed as 5 minutes, but I timed it at 3 minutes. But after those 3 minutes, the brush roll was effectively dry. And another quiet drying mode that lasts 40 minutes. And that one is virtually inaudible. I measured it at about 35 decibels. And that was essentially the room ambient sound. So that one is barely audible at all. And I'm also happy to see that it now has a headlight on the cleaning head. There's a blue light, which helps you see in dark areas. It also helps you see the steam that's coming out. In terms of battery life, it's rated at 80 minutes in auto mode and up to 30 minutes in steam mode. And in terms of the cleaning modes, it has 4 cleaning modes. There's an auto mode, which uses sensors to automatically adjust the cleaning power and then the suction power. There's a suction-only mode that does not dispense water, but rather sucks water from your floors to dry them up. And then there's steam mode, which takes about 30 to 45 seconds to start generating steam. And then there's max mode or turbo mode that kicks in the machine into maximum power. Having said that, let's now look at the cleaning tests. And as expected, this is where we see the benefit of steam. Cleaning with steam and heat not only sanitizes your floors, but also helps dissolve dirt and grime and stock on stains faster than you would with room temperature water. With the dried coffee test, that's coffee dried out over 12 hours. Absolutely no issue there. Got it out in the first run. The edge cleaning performance was not bad, not the best that I've seen. It wasn't very close to the edge, but it was okay. Next up is the dried ketchup test, and this is where all wet and dry vacuums suffer, and that's because dried ketchup over 12 hours is a very tough stain to get out. But as you can see, the presence of steam, of heat, helps dissolve that stuck on stain, and it only takes a few passes for the machine to get the stain out, which was quite good. Then the fresh ketchup stain, again, absolutely no issue. First run gets it all out. And after that, the milk and cereal, again, first run gets everything out. And this is where you also see the machine kick into a higher power in the automatic mode. This is what the brush roll looked like after all these cleaning tests. I put the machine back on the base, started the hot water self-cleaning session. And here I did not really see any hot water. I used my thermal camera and I got temperatures of about 30 degrees Celsius. So it wasn't really hot water. The water in the dirty tank afterwards was also not hot, so I don't think it's cleaning in hot water per se, but it did a fairly good job at cleaning the brush roll, as this is what the brush roll looked like after those cleaning tests. Lastly, at the anti-hair tangle test, I put a lot of hair on the floor, and these are very long strands of hair. And as you can see, absolutely no issue at all. I went over them and there was absolutely no hairs that were stuck on the brush roll. So that was also good to see. So here are my thoughts on the S7 Stretch Steam. I think it's a good step in the right direction. I absolutely love the fact that we're seeing more and more steam cleaners in wet and dry vacuums. However, my issue with Tineco has always been, I don't think they provide great value for money. They're great machines, but you often can find either equally good ones at lower prices or better machines at the same price. And here I'm specifically thinking of the Roborock F25 Ultra, which again, I recently tested. And if you're interested in seeing that review, you can click over here to see it. Now, I cannot really confirm that the prices are comparable because the F25 Ultra is not yet released in Europe. So I only have the US price, whereas the Tineco is not released in the US. So I only have the European price. But I think they're going to be comparable in price, but where they're not comparable is performance. So the Roborock, in my opinion, is a better value for money. For starters, it has more features. So it has an auto solution dispensing tank, which the Tineco does not. It not only has a steam mode that gets a little bit hotter than the Tineco, but also has a hot water cleaning mode, which the Tineco does not have. It also has app connectivity, so you can configure a few of the things. The Tineco doesn't have that. And the self-propelled wheels are actually better on the Roborock than they are on the Tineco, which makes maneuvering the machine easier. But also I found the head on the Roborock pivots more than it does on the Tineco, so the whole experience using and maneuvering the machine is easier on the Roborock. So while I will not say that the Tineco is a bad machine, I do think the Roborock F25 Ultra is a better one, at least if the prices are comparable. Now, if the Tineco ends up being cheaper than the Roborock, then maybe it could be a great option. But if indeed they are around the same price, I think you get better value from the Roborock than you do from the Tineco. But in absolute value, and if we're just looking at the Tineco in itself without comparing it to others, I think it's a great machine. I'm happy to see that Tineco is now including more features in their wet and dry vacuums, some of which have been missing for a while in some of their lineup. So all in all, it's a great machine. Whether it's the best bang for your buck, that's to be determined. That's it for me. I'll put links in the description to the product page. These could be affiliate links, so if you do decide to purchase this machine, I would appreciate if you'd go through my links. I may earn some commission at absolutely no extra cost to you, but this will greatly help support the channel. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, as this encourages me to continue producing content. Until next time, cheers.